Hi, I'm Fran. This is video 5. I have cancer, colon cancer stage 4. And as I was saying, I was going to Dallas, Texas to have the HEPIC surgery done. And I was in Dallas February 2nd, and that's when my surgery was scheduled for. And so I went in for surgery, and also I'm a singer here in Marco Island that I sing Friday nights, one night a week, and the restaurant I was singing at, Sasso's, the owner had just hired me for the whole season, every Friday night, which is all I wanted to work. You know, I was working full-time as a hairdresser and makeup artist and all that, so one night a week was perfect. And I used to sing full-time, but anyway, that's another story. So I felt bad because she had just, took me on for just hired me for the whole season here in Marco, and then after what was it, a couple weeks, I sang all through December. Yeah, I finished December up, and then I did January a little bit. Yeah, I sang in January, and then I left and just told her I had this surgery I had to go do. I couldn't finish singing the rest of the season, but she was okay with that. She was very understanding and really nice lady. Anyway, so I got the surgery, and oh boy, if anyone out there is wondering what that surgery is like, well, it is like I thought I died and went to hell. It's the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. I don't even know if I would ever want to go through it again. If I knew what I was in for, I had no idea what was going to happen to me. But it was horrible. And, I was thinking, oh, it was like my first surgery where they cut 18 inches on my colon out, and I got out in 4 days, and, no throwing up, nothing, just you get some pain, and you take some pain medication, and then you slowly recover, and you're back to normal. No, this one was not like that. This one, first of all, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, could have stayed longer, but my insurance wouldn't approve me to stay longer. They were basically kicking me out. But I was so sick. I was throwing up for 6 weeks, green, and my sister said I was like the exorcist, just like it was pouring out of me. And then I think after day 4, I think diarrhea started for like 8 or 9 days straight, and it was just pouring out of me like liquid. Horrible. I remember like I was afraid to fall asleep for too long. I would try to like wake myself up every couple hours, but I was so highly medicated on pain medication. I was so drugged up that sometimes I would just sleep right through, and I was like laying in my bed, and I could feel the hot, warm puddles bubbling, and I was like, oh no, this is a dream. This is not true. I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's for real. I'm like, and then I got this tube coming out of my nose, hooked up to this thing that's going down my throat into my stomach, pumping green stuff out of my stomach. And then I have the IV bags, which are in my arms. And I'm trying to get to the bathroom, and it's pouring out. I'm throwing up. It's pouring out the back. My nose is getting ripped out by this cord. I'm trying to get the IV bag to get to the toilet, to try to make it to the toilet. And finally, it's pouring out of me all the way on the carpet, all the way into the bathroom. Then I get into the bathroom, it's pouring out, and then I slipped on the liquid shit. Excuse my English or whatever, but it was disgusting. It was just pouring out, and I slipped in it, and I hit my elbow on the sink, and then I'm like pulling the cord for the nurse to come, and I'm just like covered in it. And it was so bad. Seriously, it was so bad. Then they had to move me to another room. It was everywhere, and it was just uncontrollable, and it was horrible. And then I don't know what kind of medications they had me on, but I felt like I was really, I felt like I was in some crazy hellhole, trapped, and I couldn't get out that hospital, and I was just starting to just trip out in that place. It was horrible. And not trying to scare anybody that is wanting to get it done, but maybe they won't react. Maybe I'm more sensitive. I don't know, but I thought I was gonna die, seriously. And I was just so happy when I finally stopped throwing up. I got out of the hospital, and I had to keep a bucket next to my bed. I was just puking and puking. Like, okay, the diarrhea lasted like 8 or 9 days, I think. And then finally I got out of the hospital, and I wasn't I didn't have diarrhea, but then the doctor wouldn't let me go home from Dallas until I had a bowel movement. And that took a while before, like a week, I think it was, out of my third week. Well, I had nothing probably inside of me after 9 days of the other. But anyway, I rented this little apartment in Dallas that's like through a church, so it was really cheap, like a hundred and something, I can't remember, a week or something. So I was renting it by the week, and I ended up staying there for, I think it was like a good 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, because I got home and it was 6 weeks and I was still throwing up. So, but not as much, not like morning, noon, and night. And luckily I was overweight from the other chemo that I was on. I had been slowly gaining weight on that other chemo, and I think there's steroids that they were putting in it also that people tell me make you gain weight, because when I started chemo I was 158 and I'm 5'7", and at the end of the, like right before, no, I was gaining even after the chemo too, so I steadily kept gaining, and it was crazy. I went up to, I think 202 pounds or something. It was up there, 200, yeah. And I instantly, after being in the hospital, I don't know, I instantly lost 30 pounds and never came back on. So I'm at 170 now. Anyway, it was weight that I needed to lose, but I'm still not at my regular weight, which is like 160. Anyway, so I'm just, I guess I'll continue this video, video 6 for you. Signing out.